Hello and welcome to the second mix-up here on this channel. Today's mix-up is going to be Nikolai Premium Vodka with Premium Liqueur, and it says on the back of the bottle. We love to hear from our customer, Sazerac.com, but it was actually introduced by a different company in 1941, Nikolai, and it's a whole line of regular vodka, then a high proof, 100 proof vodka, this premium vodka with premium liqueur, then there's different flavors, lemon, pineapple, apple, etc. Okay, but it was introduced in 1941 by Joseph Seagram's liquor company, but in 1989 Seagram sold Nikolai and I think 13 other brands such as Canadian Hunter, Eagle Rare, sorry, I'm shaking the table. Dr. McGillicuddy's Fireball, which is now just sold as Fireball. Benchmark Bourbon. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Crown Rust Vodka they sold to another vodka brand, to Sazerac. Okay, so this is the competitor. Not the competitor, the collaborator. It's not a taste challenge. The collaborator, the original Dr. Pepper. Now, I thought that possibly it was just a fable, that because I had read that there was a all sugar Dr. Pepper still produced in Texas, but I had never seen it, and I thought, it's just something people say. But I ran across this at Mathern's. Dr. Pepper, established 1885, 10, 2, and 4, made with real sugar. I said, I found it. Check the other stores, Walmart, Cash Saver. I didn't even bother at what Aldi, and I went to convenience stores. They didn't have it, so apparently the only place that has it is Mathern's around here. Now I'm sure in New Orleans there's a place that has it. So there it is, the all sugar Dr. Pepper. And I did see this past week there's an all sugar Pepsi Cola, $7.49 for a 6-pack though, 12-pack though. Sorry, 12-pack. Okay, so we'll let that sink down in there. $150 calories, water, sugar, caramel color, phosphoric acid, natural and artificial flavors, sodium benzoate, the preservative, caffeine, period, and caffeine. Produced under the authority of Dr. Pepper 7-Up, Plano, Texas. Under the authority of. So maybe it's being independently produced by a place that's dealing with cane sugar. Okay, that's all I can tell you because they just mentioned it on the website, and I'll show you something else strange about it. Okay, it smells like Dr. Pepper with vodka product mixed in. Kind of an alcohol, boozy nose. Yeah, it doesn't have that off-putting sticky sweetness that you get from high fructose corn syrup. Nah, high fructose corn syrup is not dangerous, I don't believe. It's just really sweet, but it's got this body character to it, this mouthfeel. It's sticky, and it's almost like makes you thirsty. And maybe that's why they use it. Well, I think they use it because it's cheaper than sugar, cane sugar, but it makes people thirsty, and then they'd be sipping on these things all day. That's the thing that's unhealthy. I think it's high fructose corn syrup is still, I'm not a scientist, still better than those sugar substitutes. Which they put in the diet drinks, and I just can't stand them. It's horrible. They put them in some of the flavored ales too, and the flavored malt beverages. They're really unpleasant. Put a little bit more for this mix up. Now I thought I was getting a good deal on this vodka product, and I guess I did. $8.99 for the handle. $8.99 should last a long time, but and I bought that at Total Wine and More. Although other stores around here sell it, Winn-Dixie has it. Then I went to Ricky's Liquors on Louisiana Highway 49, southbound in Kenner, Louisiana, and they had McCormick vodka, not vodka but premium liqueur, just vodka, grain vodka, for $5.99. The handle was $5.99. I said, well, that's the cheapest liquor in the state, I'm sure. $5.99 for 1,750 milliliters. The Dr Pepper Pure Sugar, it was $5.49 for the 4 12-ounce bottles, but you know you're going to pay an elevated price for this, assuming you could find it, and you probably won't. Okay, one more taste here. Yeah, let's taste it out the bottle without the vodka product Nikolai added. Yeah. That cherry peppery taste, much better. When I did the solo review of Nikolai, I was going to talk about the two-headed eagle, and I forgot. That represents the eastern and western half of the Roman Empire, you know, the eastern and western Roman Empire. 2 crowns be the empress, but that was just, you know, the Roman Empire was the eagle. But then in the 4th century, 395, AD 395, they decided it would be easier to have 2 emperors co-equal, one running the west, one running the east, with 2 capitals, Rome and the New Rome, which was Byzantium, and the Emperor Constantine had it renamed Constantinople, Constantine City, and they called it New Rome. New Rome. The Western Empire collapsed. They disappeared in 476. The Eastern Empire, the eastern part of it, continued on until 1453, when the last emperor, Constantine XI, was overthrown by the Turks. His niece escaped. Sirens. Excuse me. So his niece escaped, and she married into the Russian aristocracy. And so the ruler of Moscow decided that since he married the last surviving closest relative to the Roman emperor, that even though 2 Romes had fallen, that a 3rd Rome had risen, and it was the 3rd Rome, Moscow. And that's why the Russians since then have used this double-headed eagle as their insignia, Eastern and Western Roman empires. And he changed his name from Grand Duke or Prince to Tsar, or the Russian word for Caesar, Kaiser, Emperor of all the Russias. Okay, so interesting how you can find an inexpensive vodka product and look at it seemed like just a haphazard symbol, but it has a historical meaning. Nikolai, right, a Russian sounding name, trying to mimic Russia. That's what Seagram's was trying to do. And then, of course, in Western Europe, the Habsburgs and others before them, when they had established the Holy Roman Empire, they used the same similar things, you know, the similar things to two-headed eagle, trying to say they inherited the mantle of the Roman Empire. Didn't really convince anybody, but they did call it the Holy Roman Empire. But at the end of the empire, their flag was just a single-headed eagle. Okay, but anyway, it's a good mix-up. I don't do these things regularly. Honestly, I don't drink these kind of things, but I figured real sugar Dr. Pepper might be the only time I ever get to try it. Let's check it out. It's so different than the normal Dr. Pepper. It's incredible. It's just that rich cane sugar. It's probably grown in East Texas or Louisiana. Now on my alternate channel, anti-war, 2 words, anti and then war, I'm going to do other mix-ups. And we'll see how that works with Nikolai and Dr. Pepper, and then with other liquors and Dr. Pepper. I have 3 bottles left. One funny thing, if you look at the website for Dr. Pepper, Keurig Dr. Pepper, yes, they do talk about the no sugar Dr. Pepper, but they show a can and it's got the 10, 2, and 4 placed differently. It's got 10 at the 10 o'clock hour, 2 at 2 a.m. or p.m., and then 4 at the proper 4 a.m. or p.m. But on this bottle, they've got 4 at the bottom, really in the 6 o'clock, bottom of the hour. So it's strange that the bottle would have this mistake. I call it a mistake. Whereas the can has it perfectly positioned, 10, 2, and 4. I guess that means you could drink it at any time. Okay, so when is Dr. Pepper? Yeah, 1885. 1885, 1941. So it worked out very well. So join me again one day in the future for another. And I have another. It's a root beer this time coming up. A root beer, all sugar root beer, cane sugar from Detroit, Michigan, for another mix-up.